gotta say, I am fantastic. La la la. I am fantastic.
Hey everybody, we're on live and we're in virtual reality and video. Have a seat, please.
Wow.
So everybody, knowledge is power. You know, I think they have a thing on video, on television that says, the more you know. You guys should be asking Google and Alexa everyday questions. Have the thirst for knowledge. Because the more you know, the easier life is. And the more fun it can be. Because the whole purpose while we're on the planet is to have fun, right? Now, I don't know what y'all, if you're actors, are there actors and actresses in the room here?
Some, yeah.
Okay, well, let me just tell you one thing. Even if you're not an actor and actress, your life is your own personal movie. And you're the star of that movie. You're also the director, the writer, and the producer of that movie. You need to produce every scene in that movie of yours to be fun, exciting, educational, motivational, inspirational. And when you do that, because it's up to you, no one else is going to produce your movie or write it or act in it, right? You're going to have a great life. Now, most people, the majority of people don't get what life's about till they're 50 years old, halfway through. Because nowadays we live about 100 years old, even more. Halfway through. That's a waste of a lot of time. There's a lot of people that say, I wish I knew then what I knew now. You're probably already saying that. If you knew 5 years ago what you know now, wouldn't that have been easier? Girls, relationships would have been easier. School would have been easier. But you're very young now, and you guys have an incredible future in front of you with the technology, virtual reality, video. You can make a fortune playing video games. I drive a lot of things in life. I drive Uber and Lyft and handicapped children and limousines and yachts, and I drive my wife crazy as well. But so I do a lot of driving, and I meet a lot of people. And I've worked in over 80 different professions around the world. So I know I'm here to teach you a few things about life, and I think you're going to really enjoy what I have to say. So I'm going to go around the room and I ask you a simple question. You've been asked it every day of your life, and you're going to be asked it every single day for the rest of your life if you come in contact with humans. How are you?
Good.
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 How are you? And how are you?
Perfect.
Okay, she even knows about my movement and she didn't say the right word. Saying perfect,
On
incredible,
purpose.
saying perfect, incredible, wonderful, blessed, great, awesome, good, okay, well, fine, all right, so, can't complain, not bad, not too bad. All the wrong answers. All the wrong. Those answers don't do you any good. But before I tell you the answer, the new answer you guys are going to use in your life, and it's going to make you happier, live longer, feel better, and be more successful in business, I want to tell you where the question, how are you, came from. Anybody know? How are you is over 600 years old. And it came out during the days of the Black Plague. How many people know about the Black Plague? It was also called the bubonic plague. If you got this close to me back then, you died within a week. So I'm going to give you a little history lesson. That's part of the history lesson. The question, how are you, came about because of the plague, as I said. And the plague came about by a guy by the name of Pope Gregory IX. This guy should rot in hell, and I hope he is rotten. He actually personally was responsible for killing a third of the world because he thought cats, little kitty cats, were the devil's worship. So by being the Pope and the most important person around, he ordered everybody to kill all the cats. They killed all the cats. What happens when you kill all the cats? The rats come out. And the rats and the fleas caused the bubonic plague, the Black Plague, and a third of the world died because of this moron. So back then, you didn't come up to someone and say, how are you? To see if they had the plague. You would actually yell from a great distance, Andrew, how are you? Right? And Andrew only had one of two answers. He either yelled back, I've got it, which meant stay away or you're dead in a week, which probably most people would do. And then the other answer was, I'm well. So I don't know if your parents taught you, but well is actually correct grammar. But even well doesn't do any good. Good, okay, fine, awesome, wonderful. There's only one answer, and I'm going to teach you all of this. And I'm teaching the world this as well, because the world's going to be watching this video. As they do my 3,000 videos I have on YouTube, which you're all going to join. You're going to join my app, which is called Be Fantastic. But I want you all to look at one another right now and say 3 words with great enthusiasm. Ready? Say, I am fantastic.
I am fantastic. Fantastic.
How many people feel better right now after saying that? No one feels better? Seriously, you didn't feel any better by saying that?
Kill it.
Well, you didn't raise your hand. Okay, I want you guys to all say, I am fan-freaking-tastic.
I am fan-freaking-tastic.
Does that feel any better?
No, I like just. I'm fantastic.
See how she says it? Say, I am fantastic.
I am fantastic.
No, with a little
No.
emotion.
I am fantastic.
A little bit more emotion. Believe
I am
it.
fantastic.
Believe you're fantastic.
I'm
Because you are. Here's why you guys are fantastic. One is you're alive. That's always good, I think. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Two is you're young. You have a whole life to do fantastic stuff in front of you. Three is you guys are all good looking. Every one of you is good looking. That's fantastic. I don't think it's good to be ugly. But okay? You guys are in school. I mean, you have a fantastic teacher. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you guys want to be good or fantastic?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Do you want to have a good career or a fantastic career?
Fantastic.
I
Would you
cannot
want to
hear
go
you.
to a good doctor or a fantastic doctor?
Fantastic.
Do you think someone's going to hire you in your trade, whatever you're going to do in life, if you do it good or if you do it fantastic?
Fantastic.
Okay, do you know, anyone knows what the word fantastic means? Awesome is good, but anybody else? Guesses? The word fantastic, if you look up in the dictionary, means unimaginably good and beautiful. Who wants to be unimaginably good and beautiful in life?
Me.
You don't want to be unimaginably good and beautiful? See, when you smile, it makes you feel good, as you guys should have felt when you said, I am fantastic. Right? And I think it's a lot better than I'm good. I think good is a four-letter word, and I think you should get rid of it. Don't tell people to have a good day. Don't tell people they look good or they're doing a good job. You know, when your mom cooks a meal tonight, don't say, Mom, that was really good. Say, Mom, that was fantastic. When you see that word, it makes you feel good, makes you look great, and makes you live longer. You know why you live longer? By saying that word? Any guesses? Can you smile a little bit? It's throwing me off by that frown. You're on camera too. Smile. Push your lips up. It releases endorphins. When you smile, it releases endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin in your brain that make you feel good. That's why you guys should have felt good. I mean, 5,000 people I've said that to. Every one of them said they feel fantastic afterwards. I don't know why you guys don't feel fantastic. Something's wrong here, but you should be feeling fantastic right now because the
Rainy
smile. Maybe
in
you didn't have your
California.
coffee. Did you drink coffee in the morning?
Raining in California.
Raining is fantastic.
Of course it is.
You have to be positive. Fantastic people encourage people to let them in traffic when they drive. I don't tell your parents when they're driving, Mom, Dad, let them in. It takes 2 seconds. It makes everyone feel good, right? Open doors for people. Is there anything wrong with opening doors for boys or girls? Is there anything wrong with that? No. Makes you feel good to do it. Sometimes they don't say thank you. That's a bummer. But still, it makes you feel good. Most people don't do good things unless there's a reward. They think there needs to be a reward. Like, will you donate to my charity? Well, what do I get? They'll say. Well, you get dinner, and you get to go on a cruise, or you get prizes. You should do good for good's sake. You ever heard somebody who donates a lot of money anonymously? That's a real good person. They don't need to be thanked. They don't need to, because they know they're doing something good. Fantastic people,
They're doing fantastic.
there's not many of them. How many have met someone, not that you think is fantastic, raise your hand if you've met someone that actually says they're fantastic when asked. Any hands? Who?
My friend at swimming, he used to be here, Greg. His name's Greg. And he, whenever I ask him, he's like, I'm like, how are you doing today? He's like, I'm fantastic. How are you?
Okay, now I've got a prize for anyone who guesses the closest number. Out of the 5,000 people I've asked that, and you just became another one in that list. Now, how many people out of 5,000 do you think met someone in their life that says they're fantastic? Guesses?
2%.
2%? Well, what's that number? You do math. 5,000, that'd be, is that 100?
2%. Come on.
What's 2% of 5,000, everybody? Come on. You should know that. You're the oldest in the group.
100.
10% is 500, right?
Yeah.
So 2% would be 100, I believe. 1% would be 50.
No. Yeah, 1% is 50.
2%
So
is 100.
2% is
Any other guesses?
All of them?
All of them? None of these people have met someone, but that's a good guess. That's a very optimistic guess, by the way. Any other guesses?
4,000.
4,000?
7.
7?
People?
7 people. Most people, 99.9% of the people, guess 10 or less, believe it or not. I've asked this question 5,000 times. They guess 10 or less, and you guess 7. I know you don't know, that's what it's called a guess.
You close to the rest of the people, yeah? He's the
Okay, well, I'll give you
closest.
the president in a minute. 96. You're very close. 96 out of 5,000. Is that enough fantastic people in the world, you think? No. I'd like to see thousands. I want you guys to be part of history and bring forward this message to your friends, your family, your parents. Because I think it's better to be fantastic than to be good. They call me Dr. Fantastic. Why do you suppose that is? Because I just gave you guys a prescription for a happier and longer life. You live longer.
What is
Because, I didn't tell you why you live longer. Every time you say the word fantastic, it makes you smile. And every time you smile or laugh, now I'm not saying this, the doctors say this, science says this, it reduces your stress. Now you guys shouldn't have any stress at your age. Hopefully you don't, because guess what? Stress is all your fault. If you're stressing over something, it's your fault. But was anyone late today to school? Why were you late? That's your fault. You were late too?
A little bit.
It's horrible to be late in school. Right? If you guys are an actor, who's an actor here? Would you ever be late to a session? You know why you won't be late? Because you want to be there. You should want to be at school on time. You should want to be at work at time. Imagine you're the boss and everyone's late. How's that for business? Here's your present. Look at that. Is that cool or what?
Alright, cool.
Anyway, it says be fantastic on it because I want you all to be fantastic. I want you guys to help me make the world a better place. Now, my wife thinks I'm totally crazy for trying to make the world a more civil place. By the way, the motto behind the movement is pollinating positivity, thus the bee. I don't know if I showed you all this. Where's that thing I showed you earlier? Where is that little sign? Yeah. The bee represents pollinating positivity. What's the bee do? It pollinates the honey, right? Or whatever.
No, it collects honey.
It collects honey, pollinates the flowers.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
flowers.
Pollinates the
And
flowers.
out of that comes out fruits that we like to eat, okay?
And we wouldn't be
Because
alive
constantly-
without the bees, they say. Okay, so the bee represents pollinating positivity, and the movement is cultivating civility. You guys, do you all know what civility is? Being kind and considerate and friendly and polite and nice, that's being civil. When someone cuts you off in traffic, that's not being civil. When someone cuts in line in front of you, that's not being civil. When someone pushes you down or is a bully, that's not being civil. We have very little civility in the big cities.
Every day we're fighting against that.
Yes.
What you just named.
Yes.
Okay.
So we need to be civil, and to be a fantastic person is to be civil. Can I count on you, 8 people, 7 people, to be fantastic? Do you think it's worthwhile to be? Do you think it'll help you in life?
Yes.
There's one smart cookie here. You gonna be fantastic?
Yeah.
It's not easy because you were taught from 2 years old when you started talking to say if someone says how are you, you say you're good and ask them how they are. It's silly. It doesn't do you any good. Say you're fantastic, and it's gonna change the world. It's gonna make you live longer, look better, feel better. And I can't believe you didn't say you're fantastic when asked.
On purpose.
On
I
purpose,
want you
okay.
to say
Good.
it.
I like that answer. Everybody, any questions about? See, I have a thing on my website and my app. The app is Be Fantastic, and it's called Ask Dr. Fantastic Anything. People ask me about aliens, about relationships, about work, about jobs, about negative people. Because negative people and negative thinking, guys, are the worst things you can associate with. Thinking negative, well, it will come true. I'm not going to do good on that test. You're not going to do good on that test. Say to yourself, you are going to do great on that test, and you will. Any questions?
Absolutely. 99.99% in your life comes from one brain.
It's all in your
And
head.
your soul, of course. It should be pure. Pure here and knowledgeable here. And then everything's going to be great. We discussed with them that. Thank you
Yes.
so much, because it was only me who is preaching to them every day that being a great person is the most important things.
You guys
if
have-
each of you gonna then spread it to another people, another 7, to think about this. 7 of you here, and you do the same for 7 other people, it's gonna be 49. And then they 49 gonna do to another 7 people. What is gonna be 49 times 7?
I have 2,000 people follow me on YouTube. That's not very many. is it? In the world, 7 billion. Still, it's better than having 2, right?
Yeah.
I have 145 podcasts. I've got a radio show, and it's all designed to bring you information and technology that will improve your life. And I've told you a few things about improving your life, knowing that you're in charge of your life. It's only up to you. If you can't be happy, you can't make anyone else happy. Does that make sense? No one's going to make you happy. Your boyfriend, your parents, your friends, no one's going to make you happy. They might bring you happiness because they're cool, but you've got to make yourself happy and be kind to others and be fantastic. It's not that hard. I mean, it's going to be hard to eliminate the word good because you guys are, I mean, I've talked to 80-year-old people, and it's a habit of 80 years, 60 years, 40 years. You guys are teenagers, you know, you've only been saying it 10 years now, but it's really tough to get rid of that good word. You know, you guys want to have a good day today, you want to have a fantastic day today.
Fantastic.
It's up to you to do it.
Even if it's raining,
It's
it's
raining.
a fantastic
See,
day.
now there's a thing, you can be miserable if you want to be. Like, unfortunately, my wife is miserable when it's raining or cloudy. Is that smart?
No.
No, because she thinks she's miserable. If you think you're beautiful, you are. If you think you're ugly, you are. If you think you're successful, you are. If you think you're a failure, you are. Rene Descartes, the French philosopher, said, I think, therefore I am. Now I always tell my wife, if I go out in the world today and 100 people say, what an ugly loser you are, I come home and I say, what's the odds that I ran into 100 wrong people today? Because I don't think I'm an ugly loser. I make it look a little strange with the beard, but remember, I'm Santa Claus. So, Santa visited you today. Of all the kids in the world, Santa came to visit you.
They don't know that you're Santa.
Oh, they didn't know I'm Santa? Yeah, I'm
No,
Santa.
I did not say
I didn't want to
anything.
give it away because some people don't believe in Santa. But I just gave you guys a great Christmas present, and you guys can share it with your friends, or you can blow it off and go along and be a good person, which I don't think is good. I really don't think you're going to get anywhere in life. You're going to be hired by being a fantastic teacher versus a good teacher. You want to have a fantastic company versus a good company. You know what I'm saying? It's your choice. And by God, smile more often. This young man's not smiling enough. That's not healthy. Now, if you don't smile enough and you don't get the dopamine and the serotonin, it will lead to clinical depression. And you'll end up in a hospital. And imagine someone who's in a hospital clinically depressed. Guess what? They're not smiling.
Yeah.
If they push their lips up, it will help them.
And the worst part about this, so they're gonna put you on the pills, never-ending story, and those pills leads to suicidal thoughts. So will it do good in your life?
Yes.
No.
So then why to do that? Only when you're smiling. Every single second you have to smile.
No.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to tell you a couple of negative things real quick. The big cities all around the world, I've been around the world, are breeding a greedy, selfish, litigious society. That's litigious, if you guys don't know it, means everyone's suing everyone. Oh, you looked at my breasts, I'm suing you. You know? Well,
Yeah.
for God's sake, why do a low cut-up thing, push them up, you know? That's ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
But then they sue them for looking at them, or they sue you for tripping you at school. I mean, everyone's suing everybody. You know,
Yes.
we need to make a civil place. Again, I was going to make a point. I lost my train, but basically, any questions at all about life, love, and the pursuit of happiness?
I would ask them, how do you understand, each of you, just one word, what can makes you fantastic?
That's good. Let's
I
start
want
with
to
you.
come from you.
What will make you a fantastic person?
Don't even know.
I'm sorry?
Don't even know.
You don't know?
You don't
How
know?
about being a good person?
Not really.
No? How about being a civil person?
That'll help.
That'll help. And then being a nice person, considerate, friendly, polite. You know, when
Don't answer, please. Let them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let them
How would
speak.
you, how can you
I
be a
want them.
fantastic person?
Nice and caring for other people.
Okay, and you, young lady?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. Use your brain.
Well, I already said a lot of things how to be
Yeah.
a fantastic person. Well, okay, let me ask you a different way. What is a fantastic person?
Who's nice and cares for the other people.
Okay.
Would you like to be a fantastic person?
Yeah.
You know, another thing I didn't tell you guys is when you're a fantastic person, no one is ever going to forget you. Do you think that's important in life? Never to be forgotten? This young man is the only one in the room who has met someone out of all of us here, well, not me, but I mean, who knew someone that was fantastic. You will never forget that guy. When you're 80 years old, and I met an 80-year-old man, and he was in school, he had a teacher that said he was fantastic. He's 80. That was 70 years ago. He never forgot that teacher. That fantastic teacher. You never you guys will never be forgotten if you become a fantastic person. What's a fantastic person? You don't know?
No, you do.
Okay.
Yes, you do. To think. What else? Already nice name. Nice and kind and caring. Anything else you can add to that?
Polite.
Yeah.
Okay, Tony, think about it. One more.
Someone who does good deeds.
Good deeds.
Good deeds.
Very good.
Yes.
Young lady.
People who make positive impacts
There
in
you go.
society.
Good.
There you go. Teachers. Very good.
Mila?
Doing good for like other people and also for the environment.
How many people know what karma is?
Face that every day.
Karma is
You
when
don't know
you
what
do
does mean
good
karma?
for goodness sake. When you do, I didn't start this movement to make money. I did it because it felt right. And it's feeling fantastic because I'm getting people to smile. If you make one person smile today in your life, you've made the world a better place. Do you agree?
Yes.
And a smile is free to give. It doesn't cost you anything. When you smile, when you walk through a crowd and you smile, it makes the crowd smile. Literally.
I think we're gonna
And
start
by the way,
today with a
fantastic,
song.
fantastic is an energy, not just a word. Because it makes you feel good, it makes you live longer, it makes other people feel good. It's fantastic. What do you guys think?
And we're gonna start today with a song. The first thing you're gonna study, when you're smiling, when you're smiling, the world will smile with you. And that's true. I don't want to see tears because I did not do my homework. That's okay. Sit down and do it, but no tears for that. Okay?
Now, parents are watching this and teachers are watching this. I now have 14 teachers in America, all around, scattered around, that teach grammar school. And they're having your kids say, I am fantastic, to start class off. What that does, it builds an energy, builds your self-confidence, builds your self-esteem. You guys need to believe that you're fantastic. You're young, you're good looking, you have a whole life in front of you to do fantastic things, to do kind things for others, to open doors for people, and to be kind for your own karma. Because karma means you do good things, it comes back at you. Do bad things, it comes back at you. Okay? So karma's a bitch and karma's a blessing. Both of them. So hopefully people smile more. You have a great smile. You win the smile contest. You win the frown contest, unfortunately. But smile, it's the healthiest thing you could do for your health and happiness. Music, listen to music. It's therapeutic. Words are therapeutic. The word fantastic is therapeutic.
Watching
It's
great
energy.
movies.
They were playing music in operating rooms now because we're discovering new things every day. We're discovering. Everyone have a favorite song? When it comes on, do you feel great?
Yeah.
Do you feel fantastic? Because it's therapeutic. In operating rooms, in classrooms, they're playing music all the time. Music is great therapy.
Even for flowers.
For flowers do better. All plants do better when there's harmonic music playing. Now you play maybe acid rock or something like that, you could probably kill a plant because that's not really harmonious to our beings. Another thing, guys, I have lots and lots of sayings. Please watch the channel. Please download it. Everyone who downloads the app right now gets a present like you got. But take your shoes and socks off. You probably do it as kids. Most parents don't do it. Most adults don't do it. They're so busy making money that they're not grounded to the earth. We need to be grounded to the earth. Take your shoes and socks off and walk on the grass. Walk on the sand. Walk on the earth. Now, I always said this because I know it's good for your mental health, which is all that's important, right, up here, like your teacher says. But I just found out yesterday the science behind it. We're electrical beings. The plant is an electrical anomaly. And together, it breeds your health. So by walking on the earth, you're grounding yourself. It's called grounding and earthing, if you guys want to look it up. There's a whole science behind it now. And people they're tying their toe to a wire to ground themselves in the ground, and they're also laying on beds that are grounded. You need to ground yourself. It makes even sense if you think about it, guys. So everyone be fantastic. Let's hear it one more time. I am fantastic.
I am fantastic.
Okay.
I don't hear each and everyone. And I want...
I am fantastic.
Wait a second, on the count 3. 1, 2, 3.
I am fantastic.
And believe it. And if everyone doubts you, it's their problem. Because your opinion is what matters. Does that make sense?
But you have to behave to those standards, because punching in the face and then saying, I'm fantastic, it's not gonna work.
Right.
Understand?
I don't know if that worked or not, but you never know.
I don't say
And
so.
it didn't work, it's not the end of the world. People take life too serious. You can go stop that now. They take life way too serious. Life is